We're talking about video games.
Okay, yeah. Tell your arcade story now, Shawn. While we're at this extreme low.
Now,
yeah,
right,
it can't get any more
Ryan
off on a tangent.
Ryan, without spoiling the detail, because I did tell Ryan, I gave Ryan a teaser at lunch.
Yeah.
How did you feel about? How did it make you feel, Ryan?
Oh, this is going to be the new low.
Wow. Okay, I can't wait for this.
So this is sad. Yeah, maybe I should save. Fuck it. I don't know. Every time I say I should save it, I go into it. So I'm just gonna do it.
Do it.
Here we go.
Let it roll.
All right. One time, me and my friend Corey, and I mentioned this guy before in the context of this is the guy I left. We had this insane rivalry of fighting games: Street Fighter, Tekken, Mortal Kombat, Virtua Fighter. Later on, Soul Calibur. And he got on a big run at Mortal Kombat and just was talking shit on me the whole time. And so in the past, that's the guy I left at the arcade. I was just like, all right, then. And I just like got in my car and left him there. Call your dad and have him come get you, dude. Your sister. So that was Dick. That was like the most,
what, a couple years ago?
Dick maneuvers out from Bulls. But
last month.
So this same guy, we're on our way back to that same arcade. This is where so many, all the fun stuff happened. And he came to pick me up at my dorm and we're driving, and the whole time he's just tearing ass. You know, we're just driving, and it's the kind where at first, like, I have the window rolled down and I have like my head hanging out, and then, you know, eventually how when someone's farting around you, and you knew that farts were going to be involved in this, so don't act surprised.
No,
when someone's farting around you, and all of a sudden it's like it's not funny anymore. Like you want to just punch them.
Yeah,
you know, and then so it hit that point where I stopped laughing, you know, and I was just like, you know, seriously, like swearing at him and stuff. And he was just choking, you know, I mean, just like this spasmodic glee. And then all of a sudden, he stops laughing. And then, like, about, you know, I'm trying to get the timeline down on this because it's really important. About 10 seconds later, he goes, hey, I'm just going to drop you off at your parents' because they lived, like, in between where my dorm was and then the arcade. I remembered I got to do this or that. I can't remember what he said he had to do. And immediately I knew. Immediately.
I know where this is going.
Corey, you shit your fucking pants. No, you're not dropping me off. You're going to my house. You're getting the grocery bag. You're putting your dookie drawers in them. You're throwing them in the trash. And then you're going commando to the arcade because you came all the way out here to get me. So, okay, we go to the arcade. That he did all this. I mean, it was sure enough, just as I called. We go to the arcade. And then, so the rad end of the story is that as soon as I called it, he was like, you can't tell Mike. You can't tell Mike. And Mike was another friend in our clique. And he was the town crier. Even more so than I was. So
as opposed to what's happening right now.
So, well, this is years later. This guy doesn't care now. Like this is
he doesn't care that he's now famous on the internet for shitting his pants on the way to the arcade.
So Mike's now an accomplished fine artist, and it's funny because he sells his stuff at like Monterey and Carmel. You know, like
not anymore.
Towns like that. Yeah. And immediately, so I told Mike, and he drew up like about a 6 to 8 panel comic book, comic story. Telling the whole, retelling everything I just told, and he watercolored it and everything. It looked really nice. And then, weeks later, in the context of all of us hanging out, Mike just passes it around to a big group of us. And it's like, yeah, here's something I was just working on lately. And then it gets to Corey. Corey looks immediately and understands what had happened. He just turns around at me and starts yelling. But it was, okay.
Wow.
I didn't get any laughs out of that one.
No, we were all.
I think I did.
I think that was like a subsonic laugh from me. I just
thinking, I don't think I want Corey visiting the GFW office anytime soon.
Just have a rack of Depends ready for him to show up.
Yeah, you're right. This was probably a new low for us. I didn't think it could go any lower.
That's just